Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's episode of Wrestling Rewind here on the Jeff Meacham Network, here on the Greg Cherry brand. Probably got no DQ. I don't know if I'm going to put it up there or not. He probably won't let me put it up there, but we'll see. Anyway, I know this has been delayed for at least 2 weeks, and this show has been delayed constantly, and that is 100% my fault, and I'm very sorry for the delays. I told Greg in private, I'll tell you guys here publicly, I have really not given this show near the courtesy I do my other shows or regular shows, and that's 100% uncool from me. So I do apologize for having things be delayed. I will say this, starting next week, I was talking with Greg about this privately, and I'll share it with you guys now. We're going to do a WrestleMania match watch along as we head down the road to Raymond James Stadium this year. So after this show airs today, which is hopefully Thursday, I'll have a poll up with your first 4 matches to choose from the first WrestleManias. So that's where we're at. And Greg, quite the busy man himself over here, running the NoDQ.com Wrestling Trivia Challenge Contenders Tournament, and it's plugging right along, man. I'm enjoying watching it. Like I said, I'm very pleased to not have to be in the hot seat. That's nice.
Yeah, you're not in the hot seat anymore, and unfortunately, Statboy isn't either. But tonight's match, assuming this is going up Thursday, Nico Suave Rigoli against Paul Mead. Check that match out. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
Also, we talked on the Greg Cherry Show yesterday. Everybody's Rumble number picks.
Yes.
So I'm really excited to see what happens on Sunday. Maybe this will be the year. I don't know. Okay, so last year I predicted Shayna Baszler to win the Rumble, and I received number 30 for the Women's Rumble, and she came out at number 30. I was like, I am golden, and then freaking Charlotte ruined everything.
Yeah, we talked about that. Charlotte, as much as I enjoy the Queen, she was a major buzzkill last year for sure. And it kind of, hopefully things play out better for whoever wins. I talked about it on Monday. It's hard to pick against Bayley given where she is as far as status in the company, and the fact that Sasha's a champion, Charlotte's a tag team champion as of now, so I don't know if they'll have her win again. And Becky, as far as we know, wink wink, is still on maternity leave. So, I said it for a while, don't bet against a horsewoman as far as the Royal Rumble goes, but I said on Monday my number 2 pick is Bianca Belair. I'm sticking by that as of now. The numbers I got yesterday are what they are, and hopefully I'll end up with a similar situation as yours, with number 30 being your pick, and maybe I'll get a golden ticket to WrestleMania like my winner. Hopefully, we'll see. But anyway, speaking of a unfortunate situation that befell everybody involved, go right here, kids. 1 hour, 54 minutes, 18 seconds. It is the 2005 Royal Rumble match. It is one of the most memorable things we've ever seen, especially the last 10 minutes or so of the match, because it's just bananas. And you guys, if you don't remember why, you're going to see it right now. Like I said, you're on the WWE Network, which I appreciate. You're at Royal Rumble 2005. You're at 1 hour, 54 minutes, 18 seconds. It's here underneath. It's in the description. So I'm not going to waste too much more time because I do have multiple obligations today. Anyway, let's do the thing in 3, 2, 1, play. The thing. I always miss Howard when we do these Rumble things, because he's almost always the announcer.
Mm-hmm.
And of course he does the rules, which takes him about an hour to do that by himself. So we're going to be here for a while.
Right.
But
they take about an hour to do anyway.
Right, exactly. So well that's why we have Sarah read your rules on the Trivia Challenge, because she says it nice with beautiful dulcet tones and doesn't take 4 frickin' ever. So
yes, it helps when I scripted what you said. So
that's the thing. Howard's done this so many times by now. It's like you think he would just be able to right through, but it's like, oh, you think? Come on, Howard. And number 1, man, oh man, what a number 1 and 2 we're gonna have here. If you guys don't remember, it's it's you'll see why I'm reacting the way I'm reacting. But here comes Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero, on the verge of the big heel turn toward the spring and the infamous storyline with Rey Mysterio. But he's still a babyface. He's not yet the tag team champion with Rey Mysterio. He's still kind of not really fresh off WWE champion Eddie Guerrero because he's not the champion since June, but he's looking to get back to WrestleMania through this.
Yep. And he won his last championship at No Way Out.
He did.
In a wonderful city.
Yeah, yes, very much so. That was on a trivia challenge match, if I do recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. If you're watching out there, kids, there's your answers. Wolfpack, sure. You really see those 2005. You see them more now. And look at this, man. Number 2. Well, he went coast to coast the previous year. Why not again?
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate now that, again, we always talk, we talk about Benoit, we always talk about the unfortunate everything, but it's one of those things where his stat of going coast to coast along with Shawn is now it has the same amount of winners as number 30. It's like, yeah, but we can't mention that. So why even draw attention to that stat at this point?
Right.
Granted, it's very true. He and Shawn Michaels are the only ones to go from number 1 and win it. But, and as of now, there are 3 number 30s. So I would say 30 has the bigger draw because,
although technically, while number 1 and 2 are different numbers, they both start the match. So technically, it's still 4-3.
Well, let's see, Hunter and Undertaker and John, of course. And then, that's true because Vince won for number 2, as did Rey Mysterio. Right. So, so yeah, it is 4-3. Very good, sir. So the start still has the advantage. So I would even alter the text of the dialogue of the rules. We'll see what they do on Sunday. It's so funny. I saw on Tuesday you wished Sasha a happy birthday, and I was reminded of her going damn near coast to coast the first time in the Royal Rumble for the women, and then they had Natty break the record right away. It's like, well, shit. Okay, then.
Yeah, it's like poor Sasha. She couldn't even and that's the only Rumble she's been in too.
Right, because she was on her hiatus or whatever the following year, and no, she was she tag team champion the following year? No, not yet.
No, she was like, I don't know why she wasn't in last year's, injured or whatever the case may be.
So 19, she was in a title match with, I believe, Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
And then
fantastic match if you haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, definitely worth a watch. Oh, here we go with this dork. Now, okay, we here at the WB Network and Green Cherry Brand do not advocate murder on screen. However, you're about to see it anyway.
Probably not the best terminology to use considering who's in the ring.
That's how far I don't even think about it because I try so hard to not go there in my head about him. But you're absolutely right. That was a very poor choice of words. I apologize. But yeah, this kid's about to get lit up. Oh, and not just these two in the ring with him in a minute, but number 4 is also going to have some fun with this kid. Oh man. So those of you that aren't watching, you're just listening, which I don't understand why you're doing that at this point because we've been doing this for a year now. Literally a year. Daniel Puder is coming in, and he technically won the $1 million Tough Enough that was contested on SmackDown in 2004. Of course, the runner-up is much more well-known in WWE circles now, and in Hollywood, and on all kinds of circles. Mike Mizanin. So there you go. And now Chris is beating the crap out of here. And Eddie, here we go. All right. Daniel Puder who pissed Jack Doan off for having the blondest hair in the room. Although Daniel's a little more dirty blonde than Jax is. Jax is still that freaking platinum blonde Sting buzz cut. And Miz Corderos, who has no hair, so he's pissed off anyway. Jimmy, I don't care about the scabs. I'll still work. Referee.
Yeah.
Corderos. So this is where's this Rumble again? I forgot where they had this one.
This one is in Fresno, I believe.
Oh God, that's why I recognize it. I don't go to Fresno. The fact I went to Bakersfield for an NXT shows you how much I enjoy going to freaking NorCal on purpose. Although Fresno's kind of like central, I guess, like the what do you call it, the this Silicon Valley or whatever. So it's kind of there, but all right, now it's about to get good. Getting a phone call while I'm on the air, never a good thing. It's so bad because I know it's going to happen. I almost feel bad for the kid, but almost. Oh God, these freaking Fresno people are vicious.
Probably the biggest pop Bob Holly ever got in his life.
No kidding, right? Well, I mean, there was that one time he won. Oh yeah, that's right.
Ow.
Right.
I like to call this the Chop Rumble.
Yes, very much so. Very, very much so.
I think somewhere in my Rumble countdown, I actually counted how many chops there were during the course of this match.
Yes.
I got mid-70s.
And about 40 of them are just on this poor kid here.
Yep.
I don't think I'm exaggerating, which is the sad part of it all.
No.
Oh, man. Seriously, lit like a Christmas tree, this poor kid. All right, so unpopular opinion, because I don't know if it is unpopular or not, but considering where it took place, it's unpopular for me to say it. I never liked the WrestleMania 21 logo in and of itself. Like just the circle with the WrestleMania, the whole thing with the Hollywood star behind it, that was okay.
Yeah.
But the basic one, not a fan. Oh, and there's that information. Mm-hmm. No, Mrs. Peter, if you want a grandkid, you got to turn to your other siblings. If he even has the other. If you have more siblings besides Daniel, you're a brave set of parents. Oh, Alabama Slam. Good night. Jesus. Oh, here you go. Here comes the flying superhero, and there goes a flying pewter. Dude, I forget what Rumble it was. It was a recent one where he came back and John was in the ring waiting for him. That pop that he got was just tremendous.
Yeah.
People love the Hurricane, man. Mm-hmm. But it's so funny. Like, it really depends who you ask within the company circle, if you will, because some people really like Shane and some people really don't. So. What the hell? And he just kind of like shoved Ben Watch with the rope and he went like this on it. Okay, if you're gonna throw him over, put some chutzpah behind it, Guerrero. Crying out loud. Oh, geez, he almost landed like Cena did the year before. Twisted his knee all over. How John walked out of that Rumble is beyond me because his knee was like this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so funny because he had trouble before with his knee because I remember when he was going to challenge Brock in 2003, I think he was out with injury and basically until Backlash, if I remember right, which is part of the reason why he didn't work WrestleMania.
Right.
Despite what they'll tell you, oh, well, he didn't have a program. It's like, no, he didn't have a freaking knee. Oh, Lord, here we go. Another guy that could have been a hell of a lot better off if he'd been booked even just a little bit better.
I bet a lot of people don't even remember Kenzo Suzuki was there.
Right? No, it's fun. I forget. You and I were talking about this either. I think last week on the Greg Cherry show about, or one of our shows we were doing, about Yoshitatsu, the fact that he was a thing in 2 Rumbles. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember him. I have a picture with him in SummerSlam Access.
There you go.
He's just way better than I am. He's in a full-on like 3-piece suit in August in Los Angeles.
I don't think Kenzo was in the Battle Royal at Mania, was he?
I don't think he was either. No.
It's been a while since I've watched it, so I might be wrong.
Yeah, I don't remember. And like I said, I wasn't at that Mania because I didn't go for whatever reason. I could have. I just didn't. Lee and I actually watched it in the next room while everybody else at Team XMV was there. So I think the Nuggets more than made up for it by screwing up our booking here in LA, and we ended up getting SummerSlam for 5-6 years, so it worked out for me. I only missed, I think, 2 of those that were out here. Let's see, I missed 09. Didn't go to 13. I was down the street, and yes, I missed 2. Who's next? Here we go. Here we go. Still not quite rated our superstar yet, Edge, man.
No.
But he is definitely young, hungry, and PO'd at the world.
Yeah.
And had a hell of a match with Shawn Michaels before this. Let's not forget that. He and Shawn went earlier. Awesome. I am so glad he got his shots because Edge was too good to be contained in even the upper mid card. He belonged in the main event, and he definitely showed it in this year, and then of course the next year.
Yeah.
Came into his
as
own.
frustrating as it was to watch him lose his first title after 3 weeks.
God. Now you saw how we reacted on that.
Yeah,
oh my
I remember.
God. Oh, that was a weird day. Anyway, that was a whole weird day. Like we should have known when we left the Valley how it was going to be that day. I should have known. We had a really bad co-host shakeup, and then freaking the Rumble was just a spaz.
Yeah.
Well, the Rumble itself was okay, except that I wasn't happy myself with the winner at the time because I felt they were riding the Eddie exploitation train. I mean, looking back, it's like, whatever, dude, get over it. But
well, speaking of Ray,
right here, yeah. Oh, the old theme. I forgot about that. Wow. Yeah, I will never. I mean, when you think about it, when Edge lost the title and then lost the rematch, quote unquote, because of Mick Foley's refereeing, and it led to the unbelievable hardcore match within the WrestleMania, it does look okay in hindsight. And Edge ended up getting a really good set of runs out of being world champion over the course of the next, whatever it was, 6 years, but 5 years. But it's like, man, I just. And when you think about it, do we really need to see Triple H and John Cena? Because you and I talked about this on our shows and various shows over the years. Triple H spent that entire build about basically putting John down and saying he wasn't good. It's like, okay, so you lost to a crappy wrestler. What does that make you, Hunter? So the whole booking strategy between Rumble and Mania was very confusing as far as the world title was concerned.
I really think the whole Triple H Cena thing wasn't as much. It was to put Cena over, but it was also to plant the seeds for DX.
Oh, for sure. And the thing is, they knew earlier because Cena had already been starting to get booed as early as SummerSlam against Chris Jericho.
Yep.
So they knew they were going into Chicago. It was going to be ugly. They figured, hell with it. Would be my guess.
No mask needed, Shelton.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And then over on the world title. Oh, wait, I don't understand. No mask. I don't understand. No mask. Shelton. I don't understand that reference.
Oh, he on Monday Night Raw. He had his mask on when the Hurt Business entered, and he like took it off and said "shit" like immediately after. Like he wasn't supposed to have it on or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I totally missed that for some reason. Oh, jeez.
Shelton Benjamin is a guy who I would have been fine with winning this thing and facing Hunter at the Rumble or at WrestleMania rather.
Hunter or Cena or whoever was. I would have liked to have seen Kurt Angle and Shelton Benjamin. Let's not kid ourselves for the world title. Hello.
Yeah.
Yikes. That would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Although in 2005, it would have been either.
I'd be fine if Shelton won this year. I don't care.
I went in your head by mistake. Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shelton versus Hunter was not untested. It had been done, and he beat Hunter. We talked about that. So, Shelton could have easily been a decent contender. Here we go. Here another guy that really, I'm kind of mixed about Booker because he was a great wrestler. He was a great talent. He had a hell of a lot of charisma, but he really didn't get everything underneath him until he became King of the Ring and had the gimmick and really went all in on the gimmick, which to his credit, he certainly did. But I feel the first 5 years of his WWE run was barely a run. He did a lot of good stuff, but not great stuff. But when he became
Intercontinental Champion, U.S. Champion, Tag Champion.
Like I said, good stuff, but not great stuff. Oh, here we go. Here comes this guy. It's so weird to see him with silver hair. At least back then, nowadays you see him on E3. He has silver hair all the time now, but the silver hair and the beard, it's very bizarre to see Bischoff looking like this. When you think about it, Booker didn't win a world title in WWE until 2006, unless you count his WCW win over Angle on Raw in 2001, which, like you said, the invasion was what it was. Mm. And by the way, you can get your It Is What It Is shirt over at teespring.com/store/Greg Brand. Let's not forget that.
Great. And the new Greg Cherry Brand shirt based off the 2001 Rumble.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
Come on, baby.
I don't know why I like this Titantron for Chris better than the one he used for about 4 years. It's funny. Somebody, I don't know if he put it out himself, but somebody put out a tweet about which Chris Jericho is your favorite Chris Jericho, and there's so many different haircuts and facial hair differentials, and it's funnier than hell.
I just said yes.
Yeah, right. Yes. A lot of votes are going for the infamous. I don't know what that thing he had. It's not really a man bun because it's not round, but the thing he had on his hair and the ridiculous, which was Jim Neidhart goatee. He just. It's so funny. We're watching him here. It's 16 years ago now. This week, I think, or definitely this month, and he's still performing at a very, very high. Speaking of performing at a high level when he shouldn't be anymore. I'm Peanut Head. Jericho's still one of the best around right now. I love it. Jericho's great. Shelton's great. Edge is back. He's coming back Sunday. Very excited about that. We'll see if he can maintain his health. God, freaking elbow of his, or tricep rather. Mysterio, I think, is still wrestling. He hasn't wrestled a whole lot lately, but I know he is. And then you've got and then this guy who, man, I don't try to believe too hard in karma getting somebody, but whew, man, karma done stuck a horseshoe up Luther's ass. I'll tell you that right now.
Horseshoe, I get it.
The man almost single-handedly took down XMV right there.
Yeah.
With one bare swipe of a hand.
Mm-hmm.
What a yutz. Oh, okay, you guys, you're on the wrong side. Pick your side. SmackDown Raw. Here you go. And red hat guy, sign guy's in the crowd going, yeah. See him pop up there for a second? He's literally right behind Bischoff. Right there he is. Right behind Bischoff. You don't hear anything. I granted we've had a year without crowds, but I didn't hear a whole lot from him for the last couple of years. I wonder if he stopped going or I love how for a few seconds in SmackDown versus Raw, like actually anybody gives a shit about which brand they're on right now, and they're trying to win a world title shot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hell, put me on 205 Live. I'll wrestle for the world title. I don't give a damn. I know I'm not a cruiserweight. Y'all shut up. Yeah. I'm still a good 100 pounds away from that. Thank you. Here we go. Who's next? Double Dog Daria. Come on out. Oh, yes. If you saw the cover for our show today, the overlay, you know it's about to happen. Another guy who had talent for days, just got a freaking gimmick he couldn't work with in a modern era, and buried.
You know, literally, if that terrorist attack in London hadn't happened at that same time as that segment,
yeah, true.
The character probably would have lasted a little longer.
But honestly, think about it. When you think of his greatest, like his biggest moments on TV, pay-per-view or TV, what's the first thing you think of? WrestleMania with Eugene.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a match. And it wasn't even because of him that we remember it. So, you know, he's having to be the one getting his ass whooped by the freaking Red and Yellow Express.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with that. At least Daivari got somewhat of a decent run between the two companies. This poor guy didn't. And Daivari is a hell of a nice guy for what it's worth. I did get to meet him in WG when he was there in the crowd. Actually, this year, All-Star Weekend, either night one, I think it was night one because we didn't go night two for the Hall of Fame, but night one, Daivari and Molly Holly were both in the crowd in that little overcrowded Jewish community center in Reseda, California, Hollywood, California, excuse me. Look out. And there's the crowd cover shot right there, briefly. What the hell happened over there? There's caution tape. I forget what happened over there. Oh, geez. I'll let I know my hair isn't quite spastic yet, Jordan.
Cabinet.
Sorry, baby. Cabinet. Woo. Dude, JBL's interview backstage before this Rumble match with the champagne and the cabinet and everything.
I watched it before. I watched it before you came on.
Yeah, the whole thing with the he's gonna have a barbed wire steel cage match with the Big Show. Just you actually hear him crapping his own drawers. It's like, oh man, that was a hell of a creative finish at No Way Out. Not gonna take that away from him or the company. That was a hell of a finish. Definitely never been done before.
Or since, I don't think.
Well, because they haven't done a barbed wire cage match since. Well, I mean, they did with Ambrose and Jericho, but they actually had that match.
Even if it was a regular cage match, I mean, it's won the same way.
Yeah. I mean, how many times have we had cage matches where the exit is the thing? So that would have been. But again, people crapped on JBL as champion so much they're probably hesitant to freaking do that finish again because it was related to JBL, and they for some reason. I mean, granted, I did too at the time, but hindsight, it's like Paul said what he said about Triple H War Tuesdays or whatever, but John Bradshaw, JBL actually was a decent heel champion of the time. He wasn't a bad. I mean, he cheated to win. He was a heel champion.
It's the winner.
This guy has not been in 3 Royal Rumbles and still won 0. I swear. Okay, for if you're a Star Trek fan, you'll appreciate this. He is the Miles O'Brien of the Royal Rumble match. Because it seemed like once a month on DS9 they had an O'Brien must once a season they had an O'Brien must suffer episode of DS9. Like we talked about it in the documentary, like they had a thing. Okay, which one's going to be our O'Brien must suffer episode this year? It's like, Jesus Christ, you guys, he wasn't that underdeveloped on Next Gen. Give him a break.
Yeah,
Sky Tuhati, the Miles O'Brien man. Every time they run a match, he's willing to suffer before he gets in the ring.
Well, he's not eliminated, so Scotty
Right.
Too Hotty is still technically in the match,
Right.
even though he never entered the ring. But you'll
Right.
you'll see why he wins later.
As well as Chris Axel for a year.
I mean, he's got to be tired. He's been in that Rumble for 6 years now.
Right. Endurance is the key, Curtis.
Hopefully, he can main event WrestleMania 31 at this point.
Right, there you go. 41.
I don't know what he's waiting for. You know, it's like
right, yeah. That's it. Oh man, I don't have any family. They're awesome. That's a cool shot. I didn't see that before. Who we got? Purple lighting. Charlie Huss. In the category of wow, I look like lately.
Yeah.
Not looking good,
that line of Taz, whenever Taz says that's cool, whenever Haas comes out, it's like, talk about a way to softly bury somebody. It's like, okay, yay.
Oh,
it's not Taz's fault. It's just the way it sounded.
No, well, also blame Taz anyway, so that's okay. Okay, Booker, really? Gross. Good Lord. The best one ever was when he did the Spinneroonie and Stone Cold stunned him literally out of the Rumble.
Yep.
That was awesome. I forget what year it was, but his Rumble exit made for the best one of the best meme templates in the history of the universe.
2011.
Yeah, there you go. That was
When in need of Rumble trivia answers.
I know. Well, yeah, remember, I just watched the entire, I ran the gamut, if you will. I watched all 30-something of them here recently, so I actually started watching my WrestleMania binge already, but I don't know if you saw the post on Monday. I watched the Brawl Ended All in the World's End of the Score for the first time back-to-back. That was an interesting watch. Still babies in the mainstream industry.
Yeah.
All right, now here's something that irks the shit out of me, and I'm sorry if I get my thing dinged for my payoff this year of this show. This guy was what, 20 here?
21,
maybe 21,
probably.
Maybe 21. Potential for days, and they couldn't find a decent thing for him to do besides be a French, not isolationist. What's the word for a freaking xenophobic French guy? No, xenophobic French guy. Because Rob Common was a sympathizer. With walking his stupid poodle the ring. It's like, come on, guys, really? Oh, roll you guys tag team, hook it up, boom. Interesting. Actually,
freaking Ray out of nowhere.
Yeah, you at the family sign. Can you hand me back Shelton's teeth? Thank you.
Yeah.
Good grief. Oh, look at that. And look at that. Yeah, well, there you go. Sorry, never mind. Get him, Charlie. Avenge your partner. Oh, man. It's so funny that it always seems to work out in most WWE tag teams where there's always a Shawn and there's always a Marty. Charlie's definitely the Marty. Yeah, poor bastard. And then there's this guy who had a amazing, granted it was ECW, but it was still a funny gimmick.
Yeah.
He gave him this stupid silent system thing, which just blew up in there.
Here comes Hollywood Nova.
Right? Thank you. Either Hollywood or even just Nova. The thing is they had hurricanes, so they can have another superhero, which I understand, but God, I mean, oh Lord. Mike Bucci is a hell of a wrestler. He may still be with the company as far as I know. But another guy they wasted. Although for that brief moment in time in 2005, later this year, where he came to defend the meanie and Nova came out of him and went to go whoop Bradshaw's ass, it wasn't that bad. But and Guerrero and Benoit, never mind. I say what I say. I miss. Oh, damn. Oh, man. I always liked the interactions those guys had. Jericho and Benoit and Edge and Eddie and the guy like the Angle, Kurt Angle, the SmackDown 6, as it were. Just great talents on all fronts there. Love those guys. Here we go. Now, Shawn won from number 18 in 1996, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He seems to like that falling in the middle stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. And Simon Dean's in the front row. There you go. Yeah. I just noticed that. 16 years. Jeez. Wow. I finally understood what that was. I was like, what was he? Oh, that's what he's doing. Okay. Welcome to reality, Jeff. We're glad you're here. Very good.
I always like the taunt the guy you eliminate type thing.
Oh yeah, very much so. It's almost like you're playing a video game and you're doing their signature taunts as they go.
Yeah.
Oh man. So Dylan recently got 2K18 back from my brother because he had his house when he wasn't playing it. I forgot how good that game was.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff on that game. Yeah. 19? Okay. 20? No. 20 bad.
Yeah.
Run, Ray, run. He's not your tag partner anymore. Always wearing the same tights, apparently. Always the purple Edge. Well, there goes Charlie. Good luck, Charlie. If you know, you know. Thank you very much. If you don't know, then Disney Plus will help you with that. Here we go. Here comes the man. God, he is jacked here. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez. He is not wasting any time. Oh,
this was the early signs of the wrestling machine.
Oh, yeah. I think a year later, he was world champion at the Rumble.
Yep. Main eventing against Mark Henry.
Which is not bad. But the aftermatch was the thing there for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, no. There goes that plan. But the seed is planted for Los Angeles. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one match besides the Hogan moment, I missed that. I was pissed off. But the match I missed, the match I'm mad about missing at that Mania was definitely Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels.
Right.
That would have been a hell of a thing to see live, even from the cheap seats. I wouldn't have cared. Just to say you were part of it, I mean, hell, I think I was about as far back in the upper deck of the Citrus Bowl as you get before you were in Tampa, and I still was there for Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels. So, there you go.
Well, it's like I was in Miami, like Jen T. Fame and I were in Miami for Triple H and Undertaker and Hell in a Cell, and we were pretty far up there. So,
I'm gonna say, based on your seats, you were somewhere in Central Florida, way the hell back there. Yeah, that's the thing. Like both Manias I've been to, I've been up in the cheap seats, but it's Mania. So, and here we go with this again. Sorry. I always hated that he was involved, or the announcers would be in there. It's like
I loved it. I love Coach though.
I love Coach too. We had Coach on a brief, literally trying to avoid the camera cameo on XMV, right? If you remember, you remember. But the announcer stuff, like it was funny the first time, but Michael Cole's not going to Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
85-year-old Jerry Lawler's not going to Royal Rumble. Booker might from the announce table, I know
Yeah.
he may shock you. JBL probably would because everybody hates JBL as far as wrestling goes. So whatever, except me apparently. But I just think surprises are one thing, announcers are a whole other thing. Okay, guys, come on.
Yeah.
You could have put anybody in that slot, and it would have been better than having the announcers do it. Or almost anybody. Ray rehearsing for next year.
Yeah.
Let's see. Talk about a guy. Jeez, he's jacked too. Good grief. Dude, Team Angle in 2005 was no joke.
Yeah.
Luther Reigns and freaking Jindrak and Kurt, man. And again, another guy that, potential forever, almost a part of Evolution. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was literally a stand-in. I mean, we all thought for years he was the original choice. We found out on the Ruthless Aggression series he was not. He was the backup. But even still, if he and Randy had behaved themselves, could have been a whole other world, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the few guys that came over from WCW that I wish had gone farther with the E. I really do, because he was way talented. He had the look. I mean, you see it right here, guys. And just a phenomenal athlete.
Finley's like, stop. I need to practice so I can re-debut as a wrestler next year.
That's right. And I need to practice letting Becky go in and getting myself suspended. Oh, wait, what? No. I need to practice letting people go on drunk and get suspended.
No, that's Arn.
I thought it was Finley that did that.
No, it was Arn who let Alicia Fox wrestle drunk or something.
I could have sworn that was Finley, but okay. No. I will defer to your trivia expertise on that one. It's not like a fun stat to know, but
yeah.
Who's the idiot that let the drunk go in the ring? Looking at you, Bischoff. Oh wait, sorry, it wasn't TNA. Never mind. All right. What's so funny is, if you think about it, this is 2005. He's already 10 years removed from the King of the Ring.
Mm.
And he's not even the world's largest love machine yet.
No.
He had mileage on him. He really did. And I'm surprised that he did. So good on him, man. Of course, then he passed and his wife joined that frivolous lawsuit nonsense. So, hey, damn man, not disturbed. Jesus. I'm working here.
He was in quite a few Rumbles.
He was. And it's funny, they talked about it in the 2017 Rumble match where it was the Land of the Giants that year.
Mm-hmm.
And Randy Orton won.
Yeah.
It's so funny because, you had Undertaker, Goldberg, Brock, a lot of the big guys, and they didn't make it all the way. So
the final four was Bray, Orton, Cena, and Jericho. Or not Cena.
Yeah.
Reigns, sorry.
Reigns, yeah, that's okay. Same difference. I'm in trouble. Paul London, here we go. Another guy that, what the hell? I just went all the way through.
Have you ever seen? He did an entrance one time where he actually slid the entire way through the ring and ended up on the other side.
I remember that you said. I remember just thinking, God, the stupid French tickler thing. Even Taz rags on it. It's so stupid. Somebody hit him hard. Thank you.
Yeah,
that works too.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's the GOAT for sure. Just for that. The hell of the world title reigns and the Fozzy stuff. He is the best of all time because he eliminated the idiot Dupree for doing that stupid dance. There it is. Put him in the Hall of Fame, damn it, right now. Oh, Lordy. Oh, man, too much. Let's see. Who's next? Speaking of, okay, good. I'll say, okay, so it's not 04, so he's going to wrap his way through this. So,
yeah.
That was so awkward to watch. It's like, oof. Mm-hmm. What's so bad is he was a much better hip hop artist than he portrayed coming out to the Rumble the year before. His freestyling was garbage. Just bad. I mean, doing next to me flashbacks all over again. But yeah, just I'm so glad they dropped the heavy nuances of that and just let him do what he's doing here. And yes, he did whoa, look out. We did here where he was, he still did the hip hop album. He still did the Battle of Bands of Jericho, which was still good, but it wasn't so overly obnoxious as it was the year before. Just ugh.
Right.
Actually, it was 03 he did the rap to the ring, because 04 I think he was already a babyface trying to behave himself.
Yep.
Oh, geez. This is going to be a very nitpicky thing, and I don't really care if it is. They had this guy who literally had a gimmick for causing a miscarriage, right?
Yeah.
They took his line and made a catchphrase out of it, and they sent him to the ring with his beard hair tied in a little pretty little thing there. Mm-hmm. And you want me to believe he's going to be a badass? No. Sorry. Nope. I don't buy it. And was this year him and Heinrich had that weird bond thing? God,
it was this event they cut a promo together, I think.
Oh, that's right. Gee, Bernice. Yeah. Both those guys just. Oh, jeez. Okay, Paul, I love you, man. We need to see Shooting Star Press to nothing. That's okay.
Yeah.
You know about turn somebody inside out. Boink.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Jack Jones like, please don't be dead. Please don't be dead. I can't. I no. All right. Hot take. John's haircut now is like this then. But we'll pick on him for it now. Just saying. Look out.
Taz.
Right? Kane is the baby face here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Mm-hmm. He's coming to avenge his unborn child.
Yep.
I wonder if he looks back and goes, yeah, we should have hired Matt back a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Damn. Belmont got way to hell up there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting some height on these choke slams. Good for oh God, not Ray. No, not Ray. He's just a baby. One-handed, man. Good Lord. Oh, coach, what do you? Oh, no, coach. No, that's a bad coach. Good thing coach is wearing dark pants.
Yeah.
In the category of Snitsky, you're bigger than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Just let coach be. The fact that coach is sitting there with his shirt off, just laying down there, road dogging the rope. Awesome.
It's a good strategy.
It is. It worked for a while.
Until you get up.
Right. Yeah. Who we got? Ah, the big man. God, listen to the pop for Batista. Good Lord. And he's still in Evolution right now.
Yeah.
But the difference is you can see it coming. Orton being turned on was just a what moment. You knew Batista was nearing the end of the line here with Hunter and Rick. It was like he was too good to be kept as a Arn Anderson type.
Yeah.
He had to be the guy. And I don't think he is anymore, but he was at one point the longest reigning big gold belt world heavyweight champion in WWE. He may still be. I'm sure.
He might be.
I'll have to look that up later. Oh, goodness. Why can I get 2 o'clock? We'll look now. Hell with it. I'm curious.
Did he hold it longer than Triple H did?
Barely, I think. Yes. Yeah, I honestly, what's funny is I think him and John's first world title reigns were the same length within maybe a couple of days.
Yeah. Cena
Because
lost his
John
and Batista
lost
had
it.
to let it go.
Right. Roughly the same weekend.
Yeah.
Here's that Christian music we were talking about last week, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, I typed it right. Yay me. All right. Let's see. Combined reign. I want single reigns. Can I do that? I can't do that. Okay. All right. So Batista's at 282 for that championship. That's got to be the longest, man. Gotta be. Somebody came close at 140. Undertaker came close at 140. Actually, that's not really close. I take that back. That's way the hell off still. Almost double. More than double. 211. Who was 211? Sheamus. Wow, Sheamus had a 211-day reign as a champion. Holy crap. Yep. Batista's the man on that title. Universal, I think the longest is still, of course, Brock Lesnar, because he was champion for about 50 friggin' years, it felt like. WWE Championship, nobody will eclipse Bruno. Nobody. It's just not going to happen. We're not in the air. Oh, woo! That's right. Him and Guerrero had the thing over the number. That was awesome. But, yeah, nobody's going to pass freaking 2,800 days.
Okay, so this is a trivia question on a future episode. A little bit of a spoiler. There are 3 people in WWE history to have entered number 1, number 2, and number 30. Can you name any of them?
Oh, God. Mysterio, for sure.
That's 1.
Hunter?
No.
Oh, he was number 2. Okay.
Yeah, he was number 2.
God. Not Benoit.
No. Benoit was number 30.
Good thing I wore 10 seconds. God, Mysterio's definitely.
The other 2 are not in this match.
Oh, not in this match. Okay, well, that makes it a little bit easier, I guess. DiBiase.
Yes.
Senior, folks. $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And
I know who you
I know you know. They don't know. Golly, number 3. Number 1, number 2, number 30. I don't know the third one off the top of my head.
He's entered 30 twice.
Oh.
And he has also entered number 1. What's that?
Undertaker?
No, he's also entered number 1 twice.
Oh, jeez. God, he's been number 1 twice that I can think of. Not Hunter. Chris Jericho?
No. Jericho's entered number 2 3 times.
Okay. Ow, shit. Stab myself. Tap.
Do you want the answer so I stop driving you nuts?
Yeah, please.
It's Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, jeez. Poor Dolph never gets recognition for anything.
And the only reason he has that accolade, he was number 2 in the greatest Royal Rumble.
Oh, see. You and I go back and forth in that greatest Rumble thing. So
it
that's
counts. Why. It counts.
I know.
It counts. It counts.
I know it. Damn it. I know it.
If it was at a house show, it wouldn't count, but it was aired on the network. It counts.
Okay. Like I said, you're the Rumble guy, so that's there you go. Oh, edge of the spear. Goodness sakes. Yeah, the nitty-gritty, kids. How we got here out of curiosity. Let my next engagement too. I know it was ready to go. Whoa, jeez, Mysterio almost hit the floor there. Surprised he. There he goes. Okay. A link there, so I'm ready to go on that. Look out.
Yeah.
All right, now, if y'all don't remember what's about to happen, you're in for a treat. Because it's a very similar finish to a previous Rumble match.
Mm-hmm.
But unlike that one, it's not supposed to happen here.
Yeah.
And what happens with management as a result of it happening is even a bigger story almost than the outcome of the match, because you'll see. Anyway. Batista with his beard.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Man, I don't care how much you pull or how much you go over your style of punching or whatever. A punch to the face is no joke. And I know John, I know firsthand, John can punch. He hits a mean punch. So for him to go toe to toe, that's crazy. He's trying so hard to get him out of the ring on that AA or the FU. Excuse me. It was still the FU back then.
Yeah.
All right, kids, here we go. And botch.
Scotty 2 Hotty wins.
That's right. Scotty is your winner, kids. Scotty 2 Hotty's going to WrestleMania.
He's the only one who wasn't thrown over the top rope. He was in the match, never got eliminated. Scotty 2 Hotty wins.
That's right, damn it.
If this microphone wasn't expensive, I'd drop it.
That's why I have the earpiece little thing on here now. So for those of you keeping track at home, Batista was supposed to be the winner.
Yeah.
What happened was they were supposed to do that spot over the top rope, and Batista was supposed to hold on and hit the floor.
Yep.
Didn't happen, obviously. So the referees now have earpieces in their ears, so they're back there saying, make something of it, and I'll be right there.
Yeah.
Because the man in the headset is definitely fit to be taught about this, but he's still, ever the showman, show must go on. Got to preserve the surprise. And here he comes. Here we go. All right. And remember, I said botch when they hit the floor the first time. He is power walking like he's never. He's running. Botch. Botch. Both quads gone. Right there in that moment. Vince McMahon, or both his quadricep muscles in the same breath.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And when he does what he does here, he got to the back and went, Hey, Paul. Wuss.
Yeah.
Because they had to cart Hunter out like this. And that was one quad.
Mm-hmm.
So I love how he's still he's sitting down, he's still barking orders. Only Mr. Man can get away with something like that.
They've been eliminated twice.
That's right. Scotty's the winner.
He wins it again.
Yeah, Vince, just go to the back, get Scotty, and just send everybody home happy. Yeah, right.
All right, so bring back Eddie and Benoit.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Big GM will be late. Here we go. I love how he's still going for the same finish he had set up in the first place. Like, Dave, dude, improvise, brother. I'm begging you. Oh, man. God, those spine busters were always so brutal to watch from Batista. And that's enough of this shit. Okay. Now, what you didn't see because it was off camera, Vince walked to the back. Yes, he had a little help, but he was on his feet the whole way back to Gorilla with both his quad muscles completely blown off their knees. I think the whole Grapefruits thing is not a gimmick at this point.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Mm-mm.
But yes, we are now officially on the road to WrestleMania. Big Bad Batista going to face the champion of his choosing, of course, and we all know where that leads. And of course, John Cena wins is it a tournament or is it a SmackDown Royal Rumble?
No, the SmackDown Royal Rumble happened the year before. So
that's right. Okay.
That's the one Eddie won and faced Brock, and we know how that went. So Cena, I believe, won a tournament final against Kurt Angle. I feel like it was Kurt Angle.
Sounds
and
right.
He won that at No Way Out and got to face JBL.
Right.
And of course, Angle would face Shawn. Yeah.
Yes. So briefly, as we wrap up here, starting next week on Wrestling Rewind, we will have our WrestleMania showcasing over the next 9 weeks. Week 10, I'm not sure what we're going to do for the last show before Mania. We'll figure it out as we get there. But next week, right now, as this show signs off, over on my Twitter at _Jeff Meacham, you will find a poll with 4 matches. One from WrestleMania 1, one from WrestleMania 2, one from 3, and one from 4. You guys pick what we watch next week. It'll literally be decided at midnight next Wednesday night, going into Thursday. So there you go. So hopefully we'll have a little bit of a lead time, but if not, I'll put it up. We'll do it Thursday morning. I'm good with spontaneity. At least I try to be. School stuff, not so much. Want to thank this gentleman to where am I going here? Right. On screen left, Greg, for once again being patient with me with all of our rewind shenanigans. And don't forget to tune in to his channel, the Greg Cherry Brand, for each and every Thursday, including right now as we sign off. It's happening. It's going to happen. The next round, the next match in the NoDQ.com Wrestling Trivia Challenge Championship Contenders Tournament. It's going to be another one of those Rocket Buster matches that only Greg Cherry can provide as host and question maker, and of course with JB3's help because he's an evil son of a bitch. Let's get questions. Anyway, we appreciate you guys watching this week. We appreciate you watching all of our shows each and every week on Greg Cherry Brand, on NoDQ.com, and Jeff Meacham Network. For Greg Cherry, I am Jeff Meacham. That is me. He is I. Me is he. I can't even think what I'm saying. We will see you guys next week right here on Wrestling Rewind.